Been a while since I've done a Rob Watches, and I thought I'd come back and talk about Long Gone Gulch, which is an animated pilot that came out not too long ago. And the reason why I want to talk about it is because I helped kickstart it. Yeah, a couple of years ago I decided to help fund this pilot, and finally came out, and I got some cool stuff from the Kickstarter too. I mean, check this out. Look at that. Long Gone Gulch. But wait for it. It's a comb. That pretty cool? Hair's too thick. And since I did help kickstart this, I figured it was appropriate that I do a review on it to, check on my investment, make sure they didn't screw this up. So the pilot was created by Zach Bellissimo and Tara Billinger, who work as artists and animators on various shows for Warner Brothers and Disney. So I guess at some point they decided that they wanted to break free from their corporate overlords and decided to kickstart a pilot for something they had been working on, and they managed to reach their goal and they got it produced. Eventually it did come out. I think it took about 5 years, if I'm not mistaken. But they were mostly working on it themselves, while also working for Disney and Warner Brothers on their shows. So I think it's kind of understandable as to why this took so long to make. So the show is a comedy western that takes place in this sort of Gravity Falls-esque weird town where there's like creatures and monsters and other weird stuff. And there's a lot of really cool references as well. There's a scene where they're at a saloon and you see a lot of background characters and they're all kind of strange monsters and everything. You gotta like slow down and really take a look at it. Don't think I didn't notice that Flatwoods monster and the Mothman. Those are good references. The two main characters are Rawhide and Snag, who are the sheriffs of the town, and while they're pretty good at taking in bad guys, they also cause a lot of collateral damage along the way, so they're that type of law enforcement. Hey, you brought in the bad guy, but you wrecked 20 cars in the process. Real demolition man type. And of course, they have to answer to the mayor, who is a jackalope. And I kind of love that. I don't know, I have like a weird fascination with jackalopes, and I feel like there's not enough of them in fiction. And there are some legit voice actors in this as well. E.G. Daily is the voice of Rawhide, and I think a lot of people know her from all different things, but she's most notably Buttercup from the original Powerpuff Girls run, and I'm bringing that up because it's very strange hearing her talk to yet another well-meaning but kind of incompetent mayor character. Danny Cooksey is a voice of Snag, who most people probably know as Montana Max from Tiny Toon Adventures, or Bobby Budnick from Salute Your Shorts. Or given the typical age group of my viewers, Jack Spicer from Shaolin Showdown. But regardless of what you know him from, I think we can all agree, he's a very underrated voice actor. They even got Eric Bauza to be the voice of Mako, the villain of the pilot, who is a cowboy shark. Because cartoons. I'm guessing they're using some of their industry connections to get some of these voice actors. Must be nice. So this is pretty much what I expected it to be, considering what Zach and Tara have been working on for Disney and Warner Brothers. So it's very heavy on slapstick and physical comedy. There's also a lot of fun characters in this as well, and they're all very expressive. And like I said, this is very heavy on slapstick, and it's a western, so you can expect to see a lot of fights and a lot of saloon brawls and stuff like that. Although there does seem to be a little bit more going on here, because after getting yelled at by the mayor for, doing their job, they go to the saloon, and then they meet up with this other character that's kind of a Native American girl or something. And she's a bit of a mystery, so she kind of berates Rawhide a little bit, and then that causes the saloon brawl, of course. And then the mayor gets mad, and he takes away their badges, that old cliche. And then she storms off, and then they cut to her going to her father's grave, and she seems apologetic because she wanted to, be a sheriff, I guess, like how he was, maybe, or at least that's what they're implying. And then BW shows up again to try and motivate her to come back, even though she was still mad at her. So I do like that there's some depth to the characters going on here, and it's not just a wacky, crazy, over-the-top comedy. Mind you, I don't think that's a bad thing, but I do like it when they go that extra step to add a little bit of depth and humanity to a character, especially in a comedy. it helps the audience attach to that character very well, and I think it was pretty effective here. Honestly, I can't think of too many negative things to say about this. The only thing I could probably think of right now is I did notice that the audio for some of the characters was a bit off or not as high quality as some other ones. I'm assuming that everyone who worked on this recorded their lines separately, perhaps maybe in their own homes. And I believe they did that, for obvious reasons. So I'm not really going to hold that against the creators, but if they do go forward with this and do a series or whatever, I hope they correct that problem. And I do hope we get to see more of this. I don't know what the long-term plans for this are, but I think it certainly has a lot of potential to be a fun TV series. And on a more personal note, I think it's great to see an actual Kickstarter, follow through and produce something really good. Because I'm going to be completely honest, I've supported a bunch of other things on Kickstarter before, and most of which have kind of left me with disappointment, either because they never produced or they produced an unsatisfactory product. And I'm not going to name names, but that's basically what's happened in my experiences using Kickstarter. I'm very happy with how this turned out. I don't regret helping fund this at all. And it's always cool to see someone's creative vision and personal project come to life. And I'm not bringing this up because Zach and Tara might be watching this video, but I am speaking as someone who's trying to get his own animated pilot produced. And I got no connections. But I might be needing some help at some point. So, my DMs are open. My show's not like your show, but, I need all the help I can get. There's going to be a video about this coming up soon, by the way, so just hang in there. But that's all I got for Long Gone Gulch. I'm going to leave a link to it in the description below so you can check it out. And be sure to let me know what you thought of it. My name is Rob, and have a wonderful day.